we've had the sneak peek of the PC. That's the Dragon side. And this is the Falcon 9 side. We're gonna go through and I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it. Cheap, easy, fun, and it really feels like a custom PC to myself. And I love space. I love SpaceX as a company. They're really cool. ULA, there's just so many cool space companies. So let's check it out. So I've been enamored by space for quite some time. And I have an extra PC here with some pretty decent hardware, and I haven't had a good idea of what I should do with it until now. There's been a lot of really awesome SpaceX launches and a lot of cool stuff going on with space travel in general. So I figured, what better mod could I do than make a SpaceX themed case mod? And this is how I'm gonna do it. Let's check it out. So here's what I'm working with here. We got the GTX 690, we have an Asus H170 Pro Gaming, a i5 6600K, and some DDR4, I think like 2600 or something like that, some older DDR4. We got our SSD, this is like a 250 gigabyte or something like that, and it'll be a good little PC. And this is the old Thermaltake case I have. I have some pretty cool ideas for this. So I'm gonna paint the entire thing white. I'm gonna cut out a bigger window here with this acrylic, probably make it about, you know, that big, right in the middle, so you can see into it. I have some extra LED fans, we got some LED lights. I'm gonna rewire these 3 switches so they're sitting flush like this. I think one will be a dummy, one will be a reset, and then one will be a power button. And then I'm also gonna take a Dremel and cut a hole a little bit smaller than the width of this phone, either put it in the front right here, or maybe on the side right there or something, and use it as like a PC system monitor to monitor my temps of my CPU, GPU, the usages of both, my hard drive storage, and I think it's gonna look really sweet. As far as design goes, I'm gonna put the red Falcon 9 head logo here on this side, and I'm gonna put the blue Crew Dragon logo on this side. And I think it's gonna be a really, really sweet case mod. So first up, I gotta paint the case. Let's get it going. Alright, so this is how we're looking after the white paint. I know I still have to cut out the one side and put the acrylic on there, but I just wanted to get the painting out of the way, and I can do a little touch up at the end where my cut marks are. But I wanted to keep a little bit of black. I don't know about the old optical drive here. I might keep that black and definitely keep the top black, because part of like the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and everything, they're white and black, so I definitely didn't want to go straight white, but it looks really cool. So next thing I'm going to do is cut out this front part here to mount the phone. The phone will go in there like that. That will be the system resource monitor. And then we need to put these, I gotta drill the holes for these switches. There's gonna be 3 switches on here, one for the power, one for the reset, and then I think I'm gonna have one just dummy switch on there. So what I got here is a step bit. I'm just gonna use this, and I'm gonna drill one right in the center, and then one on each side of that. So our hole is drilled. As you can see, it fits. So the next step will be to cut this out of the front here and get this mounted in there. This is the system resource monitor, so that will be like that. Then we gotta take the side panel off, and I know I already painted it, but I just wanted to get all the painting done at once. Then I can touch it up after I cut it. It shouldn't be that much of a rough edge anyway. I'll draw out what size I want to cut my panel, and I'll cut that out with the Dremel. And this side will have the big Falcon 9 logo on it. We'll have a SpaceX logo on the front somewhere, and then also maybe somewhere in the corner up here we'll have the Dragon logo. So let's go ahead and get the system resource monitor cut out of the front. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trace it onto this piece of paper and then cut it out a little bit smaller than the actual size. That way you won't see the edges here, and we'll get that mounted in. I think it's gonna look really cool. So that's perfect. It's a little bit smaller. It's exactly how we want it. That's going to be our template. So I don't claim to be an expert here by any means, but I got my Dremel, my cutoff wheel here. I decided I think I'm going to do it where the old USB hub is. I took it out of the actual case. So I'm going to cut this out. about this size here, and hope for the best. So before going any farther, I figured we should probably test out the button to make sure it works. So it's not ideal, but let's check it out. So here's my pretty greasy test bench here, don't mind that. We have the power switch and the power LED. This is the hard drive LED, that can come out of there. Don't need that one. So this is not a momentary switch, this is just a standard toggle switch, so when you flick it up, it turns the power supply on and just pretends like you're holding the power button so it'll turn back off. So what you need is a momentary switch, but there's a bypass for it if you just flip it back on and off really fast, so that's what we're gonna do for now, and see if it works. It's live. So this is the side panel design I'm gonna go with. I'm not gonna do the whole thing because I wanna put the Crew Dragon or the Falcon 9 sticker over here, or the vinyl logo over there. Got my mask, I don't want to breathe that in. I'm by no means a professional cutter, but we're gonna give it our best shot to make it look nice and square, freehanding it with the Dremel. All done cutting. I completely freehanded that, and I really wanted to do that just to test my own skills and see how good I could make it look. And I think it turned out really nice. I mean, the edges are a little bit rough, so I gotta file those down, but I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I'm pretty impressed by the freehand cut, if I do say so myself. Sick. Oh no, wait, it's almost done.
Yeah.
Vinyl loaded up. Let's go. So we made it back, we got the vinyl. Falcon 9 is gonna go on this side. We got the space, hard to see, SpaceX logo. That's actually gonna go up on the top there. And then we got the Dragon logo. It's gonna go like that. All right, well that's drying. We're gonna go ahead and put the first piece of vinyl on here. It's gonna go right up here. This whole thing is gonna be free-handed, so we'll see how cool it looks, but you know what? Any imperfection in it is an imperfection that I made, so that's what makes it unique. Nailed it. That is sweet! And it's pretty center also. So I think it's dry enough. Next up, we're gonna take the vinyl sticker, we're gonna put it on the red part there, then we're gonna paint white over the vinyl sticker, and then peel the vinyl off it so the red is underneath it. And we'll do that for the red one and the blue one. So I think that's pretty centered on there. So now we'll paint white over that. When we peel the black vinyl off, it'll be red underneath to give us the red Falcon 9 logo. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing, but with the Dragon side now. So I think this guy's ready to peel. I'm gonna grab my knife and I'm gonna try to slowly peel this. Hopefully I don't butcher it, but it should be red underneath. Well, that is not what I wanted to happen. Man, that's not good. We're just gonna go with it and we're gonna have to try to fix it. But let's go with the next one. It looks really good except for that one part. As you can see, we've got a little situation going on, like right here. My daughter smudged it, and I think it's going to be impossible to fix without sanding and redoing all the paint, but it's pretty much dry all through here, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt to peel off the Dragon vinyl. It's butchered again. Son of a gun, man. Alright. I'm making this so difficult on myself, but this paint is not dry enough yet. That was 100% my fault. Before the night ends and another day comes, we're going to take the panel and the epoxy and we're going to secure that and let that sit overnight. And then I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll be good to go. So let's do that. So I've been trying to make an update for a little while here, but there's been absolute bombs of fireworks going off. So far, we got the 3 RGB fans in here. This is a really old case, so it's not like ideal at all to work in. But we got the hard drive, we need to mount the SSD. With the GTX 690, we got the 16 gigs of DDR4, we got the i5 6600K with the Hyper 212 Evo. And next up, we gotta do the power supply, and then wire everything up. Once that other side panel's done, then I'm gonna put it together, power this thing on, and it's gonna be done. So there we have it. The SpaceX case is complete. This was a lot of fun, and I think it turned out really good. Now, this part, you can't really see it, you know, and when it's not in really bright light, you can't really see it either, but there's definitely some imperfections on this side. This side with the Falcon 9 is not too bad. The front and the top are perfect. So, I mean, PC modding in general is a lot of fun, and it's something that I enjoy. And this is like the first real case mod that I've ever done. From, you know, this case is probably 10 years old. It had no side panel, so we cut the side panel up by hand. The vinyl was done. I cut out the front for the PC stat resource monitor. You know, the custom paint job, the LED, the switches. It all, I think it all turned out really cool, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I encourage you to try case modding or any sort of PC modding. It's relatively cheap, and you know, the other thing I paid for was the vinyl, which is super cheap. The switches were like $2 a piece. The LED was already a part of this. This is an old phone. And the paint and the acrylic sheet was maybe, I don't know, $12. I got it at Menards. You can buy it on Amazon or whatever, local home goods store. So not only is it cheap, but it gives you a sense of your own custom computer. And for me, that's really cool. So if you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. See you next time.